Thank you to all my channel members, including my fan appreciation level members and my contributor level members, for helping support the YouTube channel.
Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have another special book news video covering some book news that has happened so far in the month of March 2025. I have 4 book news stories to cover. First, I want to take a moment and say that if you missed it, I did cover the Terry Brooks retirement news in its own separate video last week, so go check that out. But today I have 4 other great stories. We got a Star Wars story, a Star Trek story, a Batman story, and a fantasy story that I find fascinating. So let's go ahead and start off with my first story, which is about the Star Wars publishing, which has a new Star Wars The Force Awakens 10th anniversary book, which is releasing in September, on September 2nd to be specific. This is from Disney Lucasfilm Press. This appears to be a YA book, and it is, as I mentioned, a 10th anniversary special book tying into The Force Awakens. We do not know the plot. We do not even know the title, but we do know the author, and I'm going to try to pronounce it. It's Kwame Mbali is going to be the author, and so this book the news was brought to us by the people over at Star Wars Timeline, so thank you guys for breaking that. But this book is coming out in September. It's a YA book. We'll see whether it's really entertaining. My second news story of the day comes from Tim Akers, who is a fantasy author. He's written some self-pub stuff. He's also done some works for major publishers like Bain and for Titan. But he just announced on his Twitter that he has made a new book deal. And I'll read to you what he said. He said, quote, "The ink's digitally dry, so I'm happy to announce I have signed a 3-book deal with Aethon for a new LitRPG series. Details to follow," end quote. Aethon is really becoming the major powerhouse of LitRPG. They are becoming a major force as they're getting a lot of major authors like Larry Correia. They're getting Tim Akers. They're getting quite a lot of talent. Even Timothy Zahn's writing for Aethon some books now. So a lot of authors are going over to this new publisher. They really are making their mark in the publishing space, and it's good for Tim because I always want to support Tim. I think he's a good author. He actually has a new self-published book out right now, The Last Dragon Knight, which is out in ebook form. It's a really short novel, if you're interested. So he has that's currently releasing part of a new trilogy, but he also has the deal that he just signed with Aethon. So I'm excited to see what his LitRPG book looks like. We also have a Star Trek news. It's book adjacent, but I really wanted to talk about it because I think it's really fascinating. So there is a new Star Trek audio project coming featuring the character of Khan. This is an audio project that the scripts for the project were written by 2 Star Trek veteran authors, David Mack and Kirsten Beyer. Both of them have been writing Star Trek novels for years, for decades. And then you also have Kirsten Beyer, who's been writing for the TV shows, David Mack, who's been advising for the animated shows. So they are very steeped in Star Trek. But the original story that they're basing this off of was created by Nicholas Meyer. Nicholas Meyer created the story concepts for this series. I think they retooled it from other projects, and it is now releasing as an audio drama that will be releasing later this year. And it includes several cast members, one of whom caught my eye is Ren Schmidt, who is an actress who is in my favorite TV show right now, For All Mankind. She's a terrific actress, and that's a terrific show. So I'm really excited to see this audio drama. The question that we have is, will this audio drama come out in script format? Because they have done an audio drama before, No Man's Land, but that was a really, really short one, and it was released 2 years later as a script. Whereas this book, or this audio drama, is going to be several episodes. I think it's going to be 8 or 9 episodes. And that's a significantly longer script to release if you're going to release it. So I don't know if we're going to get a physical copy of this script, but at least if you're an audio person, hey, you're getting this nice audio drama that's coming from Simon & Schuster. All right. The final piece of book news that I want to cover is the Batman Revolution cover. John Jackson Miller, working with several other people, released the what the new cover is going to look like for Batman Revolution, and it's going to look like this. Got that nice green look to it. It looks very similar in design to the Batman Resurrection cover, but this time it's adding stuff about the Riddler. And he wrote on his Twitter feed, repeating from earlier, the novels strictly elaborate upon the two Burton films. While the later films share some elements and actors, they have their own aesthetic and were not part of our sandbox. And yes, Revolution reconciles cleanly with the latest comics arc. You'll see. So these books are part of the Batman 1989 universe. I read the first one, reviewed it last year. Terrific, amazing book. Great media tie-in fiction here. And this series is set in between the first Batman movie, Batman 1989, and Batman Returns. And so there's going to be, I believe, a planned trilogy of books. Batman Resurrection, which has already come out, Batman Revolution, and probably another book after that. But the second book's featuring the Riddler. But not Jim Carrey's The Riddler. That much is very obvious from what John's been saying. It's not going to feature Jim Carrey's Riddler. It's going to be the Riddler of the Batman 1989 universe. And we know that they had done some casting for that Riddler to be potentially Robin Williams. I don't know if that's who John had in mind when he was writing his version of the Riddler for this, but I'm very intrigued. John set up the Riddler at the end of Batman Resurrection. I'm really fascinated to see what he does with the Riddler. I think that he's a great media tie-in author, so there's no one better to handle this project. And I'm very excited. I think it looks like a pretty good cover, and it matches up with the previous cover. So that is all the book news that we have for today. Which of these stories most intrigues you, and what are you excited for that's coming out soon? Let me know those thoughts in the comments section down below. And until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you for watching.